Imagine having a seamless onboarding process for your new customers where every step is automated and you can then focus on what matters the most, growing your business. In this video, I'll show you how I've used Make.com to streamline the onboarding process for an accountancy firm, starting with a simple Google form to then being able to integrate into the accountancy software. So from data collection to automated workflows, let's dive in how to onboard those customers with ease. So I've been working with a couple of accountancy firms and we were chatting about sort of the biggest challenges, and onboarding kept coming up, and I planned out this workflow where we get a new client, they send a payment link, an admin fee, so let's say a Stripe link, they then get redirected to complete the onboarding questionnaire, and then we create folders and assets, create the draft documents using templates, set up in the software and allocate to a team. So that's the sort of the workflow that we're going to run through and that we've been sort of chatting with people and sending these videos out. But how does that look like in the real world? So to start with, just a simple form. So we've got name, company name, contact email, address, previous supplier name, an address, and next account submission date. So previous supplier, I'm not sure what it's like in the rest of the world, but in the UK, I think they have to do like a notification letter to say we're getting this new customer on board to the previous accountant. I'm not sure of the ins and outs, but that's what keeps coming up. But it's an interesting thing that we want to look at doing. I've created a response, so I've just put my details in. Phil Hughes, the automated architect, contact email, my fake address, previous supplier, Bob Bits, and then sort of the account submission date. So that's the way we are going to sort of collect the data. Then for an onboarding client, we've got this spreadsheet that we just want to put all the details in. So we've got a record and a status of where we're up to. And then what that actually looks like in terms of the storage system is I've got this playground for accountants. The onboarded clients is the spreadsheet I've just showed you. Templates is basically a welcome letter. The supplier notification, which is just, I've just put placeholders in. There's nothing much in there. I just want to show the actual process of setting it up. And then a checklist that will get copied over. So you can basically create a folder, pull these three things in, and you'll have a checklist of whatever your business checklist is. You keep this update and it filters down to all the new clients. Then what will happen is you've got client assets. This is basically where all the templates and the checklist will go per client. And you've got a reference then for everything that you need. So how does that look like in Make.com? So what you would tend to start with is a new submission. So this would fire when a new submission for this form comes in. But because I've just updated it to show it running. So we're just going to get the response information. We then add a new client information in there. So just the name, the company name, a reference, which in the real world example, I'd probably give like a piece of code that would create the reference unique to the business. But I'm just going to use an execution ID just as an example. Response ID, we could do a proper link to the response, but we're just going to put the ID in again for an example. We then create a file in the client assets, create a new folder, the execution ID, which is going to be the client reference, that we could use a piece of code to do that, but it's going to use execution ID for ease. And then this is where it gets a little bit crazy, but we've got a router, which will then get the welcome email from the folder, the templates folder. We're just using ChatGPT 4 minute, quick user prompt. I want you to draft the contents of a welcome letter, saved in Google Drive. Here's a template, here's the details, here's the content. So the form submission information, the body content, and then I just want you to save that back to the folder ID that we've created over here, the result, and then the welcome letter. So you'll put it in the assets. Exactly the same process for the notification, template, draft that up. Same again, it's just the same prompt, I just tweaked it. In the real world example, you probably spend a bit of time making sure these prompts give you the exact output that you want, but we should have that in there as well. And then create a notification letter. That still goes in the old supply notification, the result, and then the folder ID again. And finally, all we do with this one is we just copy over from the checklist into the new folder, same title, and they've got a copy of that. So we're just making sure all the assets, all the templates are being processed correctly. And then what I've got, just to show that you can then start putting it into Xero, I've disabled the connection there. So you see this little sort of stop sign. That means you can disable and enable routes. But what I've done is I've just shown that you can literally pull in so it'd be the full name. Just make sure it shows the text answers in here. Phil Hughes. So you get a new, basically this is creating a new contact in Xero. For whichever accountant software you're adding in, you can sort of put the details straight into the system. You can even reference it as normal, or you could put this in as the starting point from the submission, and then the reference then you could use to filter down to all these Google Drives. So there's different ways of doing it, whichever process suits you. Going back to the workflow, the only thing I've not put in is a team allocation one, because that could be different, whether it's just you're using a system, you're just alerting in Slack, whatever that may be. It could be different per business, but generally these sort of steps seems to be similar, but we're finding that the allocation to a team could be different per business. So what does that actually look like if I run it? So if I do run once, we should go through, it's getting the response, creating new client details in the spreadsheet. We've got a Google Drive. It's now drafting the welcome letter. It's creating the welcome letter. That's all good. Then step 2 would be the notification template. It's drafting that, creating the notification letter. And there we go. It's saved the checklist, and it's not run Xero because that step is disabled. So now if we look at the sheet, so if we go to client assets, so it's got the new folder. Okay, so we've got the onboarded client, so it's got my name, it's got the company name. The reference would be the execution ID, but that could be like your business reference. So it could be, I don't know, you could do like PH8001, whatever the example would be. The form submission ID and status is a new one. So then if we go to client assets 4300, so that's execution ID. So hopefully we should have the checklist is in. So let's have a quick look at that. Let's put the tag in, so the date it was created. You need a tag for make.com. I won't go into that. The welcome letter, let's see what it's done. Certainly draft a welcome letter. Welcome to the Dear Phil Hughes, Phil, you have a board. Right. Our office is located at. Cool, so you've got that. So again, this will be a case of tweaking it depending on what your business is, whether you'd want all this other information in or not. And then I wonder what it does for supplier notification. Here's a draft notification letter. Yeah. So it's drafting it. So again, it'd just be a case of refining your prompts to make sure that it works and you're getting the right output, and just adding in more and more steps. That's how easy it is to use make.com to start an onboarding automation for your business. If you want help getting up and running with make.com, I've got these 2 videos that will help you get up and running. Thanks very much. Speak to you soon.